Hey folks, it's Jess playing Paranormasight. We are back, and we are about to try and save Yoko. This last episode should be going up on Homestuck Day 4/13, and this one should be going up on 4/20, unless something else happens and they get thrown off. But yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go to Kinshibori Park, Part 2. We're gonna try and save Yoko this time. Shogo Okie is with Yoko Fukunaga at Kinshibori Park, searching for one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. His interest in the occult starts to grow as he learns more about it from Yoko. So let's resume. Okay, so last time I was here, I looked away from her and then she died, so I think I need to keep looking. Something's got Yoko really rattled. Yoko, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Stay with me. No, this can't be. No, no. Why? Yoko, Yoko! It's no use, she's in no condition to talk. I'm gonna keep yelling at her. Huh? What? Is calling her name really gonna help? I'm already yelling as hard as I can. Shouldn't I look for what's causing this? There's nothing there. Yoko, hang in there, Yoko! Look at me! You're gonna be okay! It's alright, there's nothing there! Yoko! Alright, baby. Yeah, it's not turning around, is what you have to do. Shogo cries Yoko's name in a desperate attempt to wake her as she lies unmoving on the ground. Will it please get through to her? Huh? Oh good, you're awake. What? Are you okay? You were so rattled and confused, I thought you'd really lost it. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? Wait, what did you say? I think I've heard that before. You're the one who said it earlier. Oh, right. That might have been it. My humors are way off balance. Wait, back there? You ended up like that because of your humors? Yeah, I've heard that at this age, your humors being even a little bit off can be fatal. I'm glad you're back to normal now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. But I really don't remember what happened. Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow? What? Are you backing out? Yeah, it just doesn't feel safe to me. And I'm worried about you. Okay, so if she's the one who had the curse stone before we picked it up, we're about to die. She's about to kill us because we're about to leave her. Yeah, it just doesn't feel safe to me, and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. Come on, I just started feeling back to normal, too. Nope, not happening. Go home. I'll even pay your cab fare, okay? I ended up having to force a still protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. So, to placate her, I promised I'd search the park on my own for a little while longer. Oh. Worried about Yoko after her bizarre incident, Shogo decides to call off the investigation into the mysteries for the night. Despite her stubborn objections, he still manages to persuade her by offering to continue the search on his own. Oh, we've been out for a while, bro. In further news... Before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapsed in Sumida City Park. The man was taken to the hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after. Investigations are still underway, but police suspect a connection to the other unexplained deaths found in the area around the same time. You can't save him. I guess we're gonna play as a different character now? There's no way that that's all of this game. There's no way. Alright, so you can save Yoko, but you can't save Shogo. And I mean, that makes sense, because you hear about his death before you start. And so you assume, oh, okay, he dies if he tries to use the Curse Stone for the Rite of Resurrection, but... Well done in your efforts thus far. This brings Shogo Okihei's story to a close. But this is not the end. Far from it. In fact, this is where the story finally begins. The roots of the three protagonists have now been unlocked. Harue Shigima, a woman who lost her son when he was kidnapped and murdered. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, the chief inspector of the 1st Investigative Division who is looking into the death of an officer in the line of duty. Yakko Sakazaki, a high school girl who wants to bring her friend back from the dead, a girl who died in a suspicious suicide. Each of them is burdened with circumstances that leave them no choice but to seek the Rite of Resurrection. Following these three storylines will reveal the full nature of all that is occurring. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. Okay, cool. Alright, so now we have... So Shogo is done. He's the prologue, I guess. And then, we have these guys. So I'm going to... I'm gonna start with Tsutsumi. I'm gonna start with the cop. And then we'll do cop, and then the mom, and then the girl. Because we know the least about her, so I'm gonna do her last. We know the most about his situation, probably. Well, I don't know. I guess we know a lot about both of these. But she also has Richter here, so... yeah, let's do this. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Government Department, 1st Investigative Division, is investigating the mysterious death of a fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident, the former Yasuda Gardens, with his subordinate, Jun Erio. Hey, boss. Forensics are all done. Crime scene's clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. Park should be able to open back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. I doubt it'll get many visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they're lining up to get in. Occult stuff's really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but... If ghosts really did exist, we could just ask him who the perp is. Somehow I doubt it'd be that simple. Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't work in Rashomon. I don't think it's gonna work here. Oh, but you know, I've heard high school girls are really into this spirit board thing these days. How do you know what high school girls are into? Supposedly, you can call on spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You could try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. They're gonna do the Luigi board. What now? Stop messing around. You really think we're gonna solve the case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. I love that, like, my first experience with that was Tweewee. The world ends with you. We've got to be open-minded. What if that's how police work is going to be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Are they going to tell me about fucking do androids dream of electric sheep? Listen up, Ario. Can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever it was that did this, I'll get him. I promise you that. Well, you got the right attitude, but we don't even know if this is a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you stop seeing everything else. Aye aye, boss. So, now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. I figured we'd head straight home from here. Come on, we've got to go over all the info we gathered. And what better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime, where we can soak up the atmosphere? Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? You must really be into this occult stuff if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way! No, don't you turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. Ugh, fine. Let's just get this over with. Aye, aye, boss. Alright, before we talk to Edio, let's take a look at our... No new persons of interest. Okay. Oh, you've given me how to play again. Spirit board! Due to the occult craze, divination has become popular amongst boys and girls. All one needs is a coin and a piece of paper with letters and numbers written on it. Using these, all one has to do is ask a question of the called upon spirit, and it'll move the coin in answer. It is believed to be a tool that was adopted from Western spiritualism and molded by Japanese occult enthusiasts. Yeah, it's basically a Ouija board, but like, they made their own version of it. Though it's considered a form of divination, the ritualistic nature of its usage can cause self-hypnosis or autosuggestion, leading to hallucinations or symptoms similar to spirit possession. Many schools banned these spirit boards after there were several cases of students sneaking into schools at night, in addition to stories of people having seizures when using the boards. I love... I love that, that they're like, oh yeah, you know, autosuggestion and self-hypnotism. It's really funny to me. Okay. Edio Jun, a detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. His rank is Sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. This is where the victim was found. It's clean now. Almost feels like nothing happened here at all. Once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing that is any consolation. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokohama Ichome were originally built as part of the daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. This reminded me of, one time I got, trapped in Tamata, after, like, everything closed for the night and I had to walk to my friend's house. She came to meet me and pick me up on her bicycle, but, like, still. This pond, they say it used to flow into the Sumida River, but the river became so polluted that they cut it off. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, alright, let's talk. So, early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found a victim collapsed here in the park and called the police, where they realized he was dead. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means that it was likely it was a murder. Why does your partner look like a chimpira? The Sumida office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums things up. I want to make sure... Okay, yeah. Our sound levels should be alright. Okay. But, boss? Yeah? Is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher-ups. I'm sure they've got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It'll all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you've picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Well, it is our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially one involving an officer. The victim is Yoshimi Hajime, of the Juvenile Division of Sumida City. Sumida City Community Safety Bureau. 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks together every month or two. Could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or for worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yeah, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much, he had the most unfinished paperwork, too. I always felt we needed an unusual guy like him to help him solve all our unusual cases. Don't worry, you're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There was one even weirder than you? Hajime was quite the bad boy in school, apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. Said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took studies seriously. That's a good story. Love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honor. You should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. You say that like it's a sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me most, boss. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Hideo! No! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. You can't wait for your own death? Get it together, kid. Sheesh, you really are something. Thank you? What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is from the Kitasenju area in Adachi City! Oh, like my BFF from work. But Hajime's parents died a long time ago. Basically, it's like, he's a piece of shit, and he was a troubled juvenile. He must be from Kitasenju in Adachi. He lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. He went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge, old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone? It looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias, too. He never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school, over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? She showed me a picture once. She's a beautiful woman. That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there'd been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah, his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Oh my god, there's so much. Hey boss? I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Oh great, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. Uh-huh. The first was a suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamezawa last week. Ah yeah, I did hear about that. The girl's name was Michiyo Shiraishi. She was a 2nd-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd be troubled for some time. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been trouble at home. That's what he thought too. It seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there was nothing he could do. And now she's dead. It's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. And that's why he was looking into this Shiraishi Michiyo again. Must have thought something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported his findings of his investigation. I see. And you're thinking that may have had something to do with his death. We'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right. Let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow, too. Oh my god, there's still more! What was the other case he was working? This one is also related to Komagata High School. A troublemaker named Okuda Hitomi seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Skeban? Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months, and she was finally starting to open up. Then he met with the girl the day he died. Well, every school's got its problems. But I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right. Just when she'd finally found an adult she could trust. She might act out without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But, we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too. Yeah, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Yeah, I'm sure they prefer me over a scary-looking old man like you, boss. Watch it. I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me, at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit. Is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. Nah, it's probably just me, actually. Well, I don't think you can get away with that with other people. So anyways, boss. Are you even listening? I've got quite a lot to look into tomorrow. First, the 2 Komagata High School cases that Hajime was handling. And then we need to speak to his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's go look at his profile. Okay, in case notes. Body found at former Yasuda Gardens. Estimated time of death 2 days prior at approximately 11 a.m. Cause of death. Acute heart failure, cause unknown. Oh, it's a death note. Signs of a struggle found at the scene. Efforts to locate witnesses underway. Body discovered by groundskeeper. Currently investigating the fiancé of the deceased and 2 female students from Komagata High School that the deceased had contact with as persons of interest. Okay. Hajime was a police officer with Sumida City Community Safety Bureau and was primarily responsible for juvenile and education cases. Held the rank of head patrol officer and entered the force at the same time as Eddie Jun. Hajime was found dead under mysterious circumstances at the former Yasuda Gardens early in the morning yesterday. Once a rebellious young gang member himself, Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experiences to connect with troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanor suggested a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal, and caring man at heart, looked up to as a big brother by his peers. Yoshimi achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but consistently sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career, and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. Yeah, that sounds about right. He left behind a fiancée with whom he'd been dating since high school. Okay, cool. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy's done. From what we've seen, though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of the park like that certainly seems suspicious. We found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice if they were at the end of it? The only things Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets, so we can rule out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who'd think to try mugging a cop as big as him. I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks pretty quickly. Sounds like the perp would have had to be pretty strong to take on Hajime. Time of death was around 11 p.m. 2 days ago, outside of the park's operating hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 p.m. the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at that time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? Ooh, that does seem likely. Must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. And then they got into a fight? No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There's no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. Perp must have planned something. And you think it was meditated? That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him? Well, there is still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the 1st Division, boss. Always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You were the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but... yeah, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the 1st just as I was assigned to it. Just getting to work on a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it? What is it? If it's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about, when you run your mouth like that. It's getting late. You must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. I've been wowed by your shrewd detectiving abilities all day. Oh, really? Funny, I've been wowed by you too. On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? What the hell is wrong with you, prying into my personal life all of a sudden? It's just I've never heard you talk about him or anything. Ooh, are you single? Shut it, that's none of your business. Well, ever since you joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though. Should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago. Oh? So then... God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. I was never home much, too focused on work. I'd come home late only to get called right back out again. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. How sad. especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first? It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Edio. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? It's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it. Not unless they're involved with police work themselves, or related to someone who is. Oh wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense. Come on. I promise I don't mean it the way it sounds, but how old is she? Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. She's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college. Wow, a college student! Men love an educated lady. Stop that, what kind of cop are you making baseless assumptions like that? She's living on her own, though? You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere. I would not! I don't think. Come on now, we both know that's not true. Listen here! You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you! We're done talking about this. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Nejima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied that case in the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. Oh, that was just... cracking the case, finding the guy, it was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we'd overlooked one little thing, we may have never caught him at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end? That's right. We didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but... we may have stuck Fumichika Nejima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. Oh, the guy's name is Nejima. It didn't take place in Nejima. All the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. Nejima Murders Overview. A notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing revealed it belonged to a missing female high school student. As it appeared to have been severed deliberately, the police launched a murder investigation. A large-scale search of the river was organized, but a highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, eventually causing an annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Well, I mean, it exists now. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public, as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until a hitherto unrelated individual came to its attention. During a questioning about a separate incident, Nejima Fumichika, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Nejima testified that he had snatched his victim from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply because he decided that she was an opportune target upon seeing her walking alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was still conscious. As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrists, her ankles, her elbows, her knees, working his way inward slowly and methodically. His victim constantly wavered in and out of consciousness. Her ordeal continued until she died of blood loss, as you would. Nejima dismembered the rest of her body and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River before cleaning his storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation when they were eventually reported. Once apprehended, Nejima readily divulged the details of the murder, but was less willing to explain his motive. When asked, he said it would only break down in tears, saying, "I don't know what came over me, I know it was wrong." In the end, the police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Although the efficiency of his methods strongly suggested he had committed similar crimes in the past, no corroborating evidence ever came to light. Nejima was sentenced to life in prison at his first hearing. The sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant. Interesting. I wonder if... that does make me wonder if like, they're going the like, you know, oh, he's gonna be exonerated, he didn't actually do it, somebody was controlling him route. Because I do wonder about that, because, like, normally if you commit a murder, and, like, especially a murder like that, like, they would just execute you. Like, why would they give you life in prison? It just, you know. So all this occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? This rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you two. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. But you don't think occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo and Sumida City, so I thought that maybe... Cut it out. Nothing good can come of getting involved with that rite of whatever, or that record of fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that, seriously, this isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but... bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy, it's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles, got it? Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right, let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh god, what is that? Huh? Boss, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Damn it! It was that case all along! Time to lie, there is no rumor, believe me, see the truth. Okay? Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Gah! Such deep sorrow. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Those who deceive with falsehood and untrue hung up forever in eternal darkness. Kill them. Kill them! Those who spread lies. Kill them all! Ooh, we've acquired the power of the Curse Stone, the Evergreen Beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Use the curse button when someone lies to you. Ah. Ugh! A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Okay, so this is the same. Boss! Boss! Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile! Sorry. I'm fine. Edio. Yes? I have some bad news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No. We've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? Okay. Alright. Let's read some of our stuff. We have all of our persons of interest so far. Evergreen Beach. Yep. Okay, here we go. Kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. He deceived us with his so-called right of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark arts swings from a rope. They thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimyo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting Netsuke clasps. When his life wasn't always so easy, he was optimistic, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The propensity that the ukiyo-e boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state, as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he'd ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crime. But dead men tell no tales, and people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung up there for days, till his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain still etched in his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars with a rope wrapped around his whole body. The beech tree's leaves do not fall, and neither did the man's body hanging from it, as the mansion's owner was not at home. Another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment. The rumors persisted nonetheless. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Hunt for Curse Bearers Part 1. Tsutsumi and Jun are sorting through the facts at the scene of the officer Hajime Yoshimi's mysterious death. Tsutsumi denies existence of the rite of resurrection until the curse echo of the Evergreen Beach appears before them. Okay. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The rite of resurrection really exists? And to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Honjo? And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach, as that's told in this area? Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake. You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth. Never silly. The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about the paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close. Ain't you just being a sore loser, not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please just listen. You don't have to keep saying that, I'm listening. We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk. Hey! Hey, wait for me, boss! I love the music. Oh, sick. Okay, we're going over here. Let's go to the bridge. This really does sound like the music from like a bubble era like cop show. Sorry, I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of your senility? It's the truth, not like I can prove it though. Revealing the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. But this is an emergency. I need his help. I'll tell him. He's not stupid, but he sure can be slow sometimes. Though I think that the positivity of his may come in handy at some point. I'm sure you already know this, but this is all top secret. No sharing it with anyone. Right, you can trust me not to. But, no, I just can't believe it. I'd heard of rumors that you used to be a member of a secret division attached to the Security Bureau. Can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs. Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there. No, this is incredible! That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff. Are you serious? Thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we'd need a special department to protect citizens from them. You seem a bit too eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me. Come on, boss. Did you only have one favorite food? You can like more than one thing. Yeah, whatever. In any case, the official stance is that the supernatural doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still not sure why they stuck me there. Those 4 years, I worked nothing but cases involving the supernatural. I guess we're at a good... Okay. Gruff police detective that Shogo Okie met at Midoricho Park. Tetsuo is a veteran detective at the... He's possessed by the Evergreen Beach Curse Echo while investigating the former Yasuda Gardens. Previously a member of the secret Paranormal Affairs Bureau within the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division, he makes use of this experience to investigate the ongoing large-scale curse incident with his partner, Eddie Jun. Rather than sitting behind a desk, Chief Inspector Tsutsumi always worked in the field as he moved his way up the police force. Behind his stern face lies a compassionate man ever prepared to help his fellow officers. That same attentiveness to his working colleagues, however, cost Tetsuo his marriage several years ago. Tetsuo has a penchant for candy and desserts, which he tries, but fails to conceal from other officers at the risk of appearing soft. That's actually a thing, by the way. Like, men, it's not manly to like sweets. He delights in buying local sweets wherever he's sent to investigate a case, and would often volunteer to be dispatched to distant locations to acquire them while he was with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. He's surprisingly knowledgeable about current trends, a trait he puts down to investigative-related research, but which is actually spurred by his wish to have something to talk about with his daughter. Aww. It's cute. Fresh-faced police detective, blah 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 blah. Jun encountered a curse echo while investigating the mysterious death of his colleague, Yoshimi Hajime, in the former Yasuda Gardens with Tsutsumi Tetsuo. When Tetsuo explained to him that the supernatural is real, he accepted this fact without a moment's hesitation, and vowed to help his partner to solve the case. Born to a relatively well-off household, Jun developed a healthy sense of self-esteem and an optimistic outlook on life. Although watching action movies and detective series as a child instilled in him a desire to help those in need, it was the sight of Tsutsumi Tetsuo, who was in charge of investigating a case Jun was involved in as a student, that truly inspired him to become a police officer. While Jun still maintains strong respect for Tetsuo, he gets much enjoyment out of making casual cracks to get a rise out of the veteran officer. As an adult, Jun continues to hold the faint hope that the world is as he pictured in his youth, a thrilling place with superhuman heroes do battle against secret evil organizations. He attended the police academy with Kai Dichter, interesting, who is now a private investigator. The two initially became friendly when Jun found Dichter holed up alone in the reference room scouring over old crime data, and invited him to go bowling, a popular pastime during this era. Oh, I haven't been bowling in forever. Kinda wanna go bowling. Okay. So, do you have it? Have what? Spirit sense, of course! Are you what they call spiritually gifted? Nope, never felt anything at all. Even if I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. 1 beer and I'm down for the count. Oh. Huh. Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like how much liquor they can handle? Nope, that's just me. Thought it'd help get the point across. Yoko is his daughter. Oh, Yoko's his daughter. Okay, I see. I get it. Okay. Oh. Huh. Sorry, seems like I keep disappointing you. No, it's not your fault, boss. At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll have to tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop it later on. What? So there's no hope for me? No! Say it ain't so! Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works on the front lines. I say work, but she isn't paid because it's supposedly part of her training. Yikes. It seems like it'd be a violation of Article 69 of the Labor Standards Act. Wow, you really know the law. No comment. Even the occult field has workers' rights issues, huh? Oh my god. Don't even start this with me. Fucking workers' rights issues in Japan. So, what do we do now? We've got this rite of resurrection and the curse echoes of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. The curses being spread out through the city is a bit of an emergency. Is that bad? I'll put it this way. It's like handing out guns all over town. Jeez, that's real bad! It is, so we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually that'd be a job for Paranormal Affairs, but I talked to them on our way here. Main team is tied up till tomorrow night. So they told me to deal with it myself. Said I'd be fine since I have some experience. Huh? What? Then that overtime you mentioned means... Yep, you're gonna help me, partner. Alright, let's do this! You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. Really have no reservations about working a case you know nothing about? You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this, boss. Really are something. Might actually be nice having you around. Why, thank you. These curses are connected to the 7 mysteries, and the people who have the others should all be here in town. Right, there's 7 of them, which means there are 6 more out there. And we have to stop them all before they kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all the curse stones. But boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they find out you're a curse bearer? Pretty much. We can't let that happen. Should you even be out here right now? Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mystery of the one-sided reed is associated with Yogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed's curse bearer, but no such luck it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and people will behave. It's putting a lot of trust into whoever these people are. But it's possible the other curse bearers with the same idea will come here. Talk to anyone you see who seems suspicious. That means someone may have a power of a curse. Understood. In that case... Why don't I ask that guy that's been watching us this whole time? What do you know, there is someone there. Good luck. Hey, you there! Sorry to bother you, but I got some questions. I'm with the police. Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking a few things, Mr. Namigaki Utaro. That's your name, right? Yeah. I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective? Something happened? Oh, right. Lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying. So, what to make of this guy? If this were a normal case, I'd be fine letting him take the reins. Curses are involved here, so I should take over. Man identifies himself as Namigaki Utaro, 21-year-old college student. He's watching us so calmly. Need to be careful with this guy. There's that other chick who is hanging out at this bridge, who presumably is the one-sided reed lady. Boss, let's talk to this guy. Thanks, bud. So, what is it you were doing here? Must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens. The dead policeman? Can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise. Huh? Say, Mr. Detective. Have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? How about you answer my question first? What were you doing here? I was answering your question. I came here to look for the Evergreen Beach from the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it. Nope, sorry. Really? How strange. Detectives, you have the cursed stone of the Evergreen Beach, don't you? You! How did you know? Hideo, you idiot. Well, that was much easier than expected. Oh, crap, sorry. It was a simple inference. I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens. If you know that, then you must be a curse bearer yourself. I have no intentions of hiding anything. I plan to tell you from the start. Look. This is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot-Washing Mansion. That's right. But, you sure about this? I'm not so rash that I'd kill someone as soon as I found out they were a curse bearer. Not without talking to them first. You're the same, aren't you, detective? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? Boss? Sure. We'd rather resolve this amicably, too. He really is a curse bearer. He may only be talking to us to try and activate his curse. I'll have to be wary of anything he asks me to do. I could tackle him, pin him to the ground, but that might have something to do with his curse. Any slip of the tongue could get us killed. I have to try and discern what activates his curse. So what do I do? Though you're a curse bearer, so please be careful. Fortunately, I don't think he knows which of us is the curse bearer yet. If we play things right, we should be okay. But before we talk, there's something I should tell you. This is my curse stone. Evergreen Beach, just like you thought. What? Oh, boss, why did you tell him? That's for how the curse works. Boss, are you having a senior moment? If you tell him that... It hangs to death anyone who would try to mislead me. So if you try to lie to me, the curse stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell. Understand? Whoa, really? That's super useful! I see. Understood. It's a pretty useful power for a detective. Now then, let's talk. Damn, it seems I've lost the upper hand. No point for petty tricks then. I'll be honest with you. Okay, clearly you're not being honest. I mean, even if this weren't here, this tells me. So far, so good. Okay. I'm gonna go through this because I want to know what the dialogue is, so I can always come back later and kill him. I see. He's warning him now there's no point in lying. I had no idea that a simple lie would set off the curse stone, though. There's someone I want to bring back, so I'd like your assistance in collecting soul dregs. Okay, so this is also a lie. Can't help you. Please, all you'd have to do is tell me who the other curse bearers are. Sorry, but as a police officer, I can't just look the other way and let you go. Please, if you help me, I'll let you two go as well. Is that a threat? No. It's your final warning. Okay. I already know how to beat your ass. God damn it, I always forget to apply. Ugh. My curse, the foot-washing mansion. Did you really think you could escape it just by being careful? It didn't matter to me which of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both your soul dregs anyway. Wait, Namigaki. The foot-washing mansion is a powerful curse, so simple to activate. It is ready whenever I need it. There's no escape from the voice of my feet. Edio, get out of here. Hurry, I'll find you later. What? Oh, okay. Too late. Hear the voice of my curse echo. Ah, the voice of his curse echo! What? Why isn't my curse echo working? Impossible, this has never happened! What's happening? I don't hear- What's happening? I don't hear anything. Edio, now, grab him! Right. Namigaki, get down! God damn it! Boss, here, his curse stone. Good work, give it to me. Damn it, why? Huh, what do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I haven't even touched you! You can't consider that assault of a police officer! Let him go. All we need is the stone. Ugh, how could this happen? My right of resurrection! Give it up. The right was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you're better off mourning whoever you lost the right way. Now get out of here. Damn it. Whew, that was a close one, huh, boss? Alright, I'm gonna turn my, my voices back up. We'd probably be dead if he had activated his curse. Yeah, I'm not sure what, but something stopped his curse from... Ugh! Boss, you okay? Does having another curse stone hurt? Yeah, the curse from this one's flowing into me too. Oh no. I saw what activates the curse of the foot-washing mansion, and the resentful memories bound to it. I see. I always thought this was one of the stranger of the seven mysteries. Now I know why. This sure is something. What did you see? Let's save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from him quickly. Whew. Well, Well, that makes one stone. Where do we go now? We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out. I mean, we have to do that all over again? I hope they aren't as aggressive as him, but people do crazy things to bring back someone they love. It seems the hatred the cursed stones are imbued with makes people more willing to kill. Really? What about you, boss? I'm fine. May not have any spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. That's why they loved me in Paranormal Affairs. So you are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place. I resolved that without bloodshed. I resolved it. Alright. Persons of interest? His cursed stone was later recovered by Tsutsumi Tetsuo. Yutaro is an elite student at a prestigious university. He lives off the generous allowance he receives from his parents, who are both prominent local figures. Although Yutaro has lived a charmed material life, emotional neglect at home has caused him to develop a spoiled, egotistical streak. The only kindness he knew growing up was from his family's maid, and he still fondly thinks of the plain rice with butter they used to enjoy together. Ooh, plain rice with butter and soy sauce is so good. I'm hungry. Okay, wait, I have more stuff to read. Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Although officially called the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division Special Security Unit, Paranormal Affairs Bureau, it is more commonly referred to simply as Paranormal Affairs. Only a handful of people know of its existence, even within the police force. As the name suggests, it specializes in investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. Since the existence of paranormal phenomena is not a public knowledge, nor is it readily believed by the general population, the Bureau's activities are conducted in the utmost secrecy. Currently, there are only 5 members, including the chief. The Bureau has a network of psychic contacts across the country who insist in their cases, including Kurosuzu Mio. The Bureau undertakes investigations into any suspicious stories that cross their desk, though the vast majority turn out to be hoaxes. Due to the sheer volume of cases, closed-lipped experienced detectives without paranormal abilities of their own, such as Tsutsumi Tetsuo, are sometimes assigned to investigate. The current chief of Paranormal Affairs is a man called Nakagoshi Quiru, who was born into a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations, and has served as Kurosuzu Mio's mentor since discovering her. Quiru is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he is rarely seen in the office. It is said that this is because he has often been the target of curses. However, some theorize that it is in fact because Quiru is not actually of flesh and blood at all. His seat in his office is usually occupied by Nue, a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore, which, what is it? It's head of a monkey, body of a tiger, tail of a snake, yeah? The Nue resembles the ordinary white's thrush, and acts as Quiru's messenger, leading to bizarre scenes of police officers earnestly reporting their findings to a bird. Okay, so the Nue is just, okay. The term Nakagoshi case serves as a code name to refer to cases under investigation by the Paranormal Affairs. I see, okay. Presumably we'll meet some of these people. Kills by crushing the one who hears the command, wash. She was an accomplished onmyoji. Alas, she did not use her talents for the good of the world and for the people, but for her own selfish pursuit of beauty. After a fierce battle, the woman dragged herself through the streets. It was like something had gnawed away at her body. Will I die? I've already obtained what I needed as long as I had this. Suddenly, a terrible realization dawned on her. Her legs wouldn't move. She fell to the ground. What was happening? Surprised, she looked down. Her foot, once so beautiful and delicate, had grown ulcerated and rotten. He got her. She was on the verge of death and covered in filth to boot. Crawling to a nearby house, her breath caught in her throat. The curious residents opened up the door, but recoiled from what they saw. My foot is so filthy! Someone, please, quickly! The woman expired while mumbling something unintelligible. And so ended the life of the woman consumed by evil. From onmyoji to onmyo. Okay. Okay, we haven't met some of these people yet. So I wonder if the narrator is the guy who's the head of the Paranormal Affairs Division, the storyteller. I wonder if that's Quiru, or like somebody along those lines. Okay, cool. So I think we're gonna stop there for this week. And then we will go from next week. I might have time to put up a bonus episode the coming week. We'll see. I'm going to be going to the States for a little while, coming up in May, so we'll see how many episodes I can get up to put in the queue for then. So we'll see. Alright, everybody, take it easy, have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!